Hey everybody, this is Papal Mathur for ThinkDigit.com, and I have with me today the Fujifilm X-T1. Well, I've actually had it for a while now, and I've just been shooting with this camera. I've done a few photo shoots already, and I have to say this is one impressive mirrorless camera. Ergonomic changes aside, Fujifilm's really beefed up what's on the inside. For starters, we have a 16 megapixel X-Trans 2 sensor. It's APS-C sized with the EXR2 chip. Now, what's new about this sensor is that for the first time, Fujifilm is bringing in face detection into their cameras. Now, face detect on this is pretty good. It's built in onto the sensor, but what you can also do is in the menu you can turn pre-AF on or off, which means that if you turn it on, your face detect will keep the focus running and it'll keep focusing as you move the camera to whatever. It's exceptionally good when you're tracking somebody. It's different from continuous autofocus, by the way, just so you know. um, and you can even turn it off in case you want more control over your focus. You don't want it to jump around, so that's pretty good. The 16 megapixel X-Trans 2 sensor is something we've seen on the X100S as well. It's its superior quality is just unquestionable. It is absolutely amazing. We've shot up to 6400 ISO on this and not had any problems. The focus is actually pretty fast, like I've already said. It's very accurate as well. And so yeah, so that's on that. Also, this camera takes up the burst. So up until now, Fujifilm's maximum burst speed has been about 5.5, 6 frames per second. This goes all the way to 8 while focus tracking. So that's pretty impressive in of itself. The other thing with the previous Fujifilm cameras was if you ever shot on burst mode, once you're done shooting, the camera would lock up till the camera is done writing to the card. But that is not the case with this one. If you use a fast card, we're using a SanDisk Extreme Pro SD card, 64 GB. It shoots at 8 frames per second and it's dumping the memory, it's dumping the images onto the card straight away without much of an issue, and we don't see the camera locking up at all. So that's on the inside. On the outside, or on the inside again, is the fact that this camera is the first one from the company to be weather sealed. It's completely weather sealed. The lenses that exist for it, however, are not as of now. There are three lenses coming out very soon that will be weather sealed. However, yes, it will withstand a few splashes here and there. One drawback of the weather sealing is that this camera has no pop-up flash. But Fujifilm didn't want to make you feel shortchanged, so they've included a hot shoe flash with this camera in the box. Ours is lying in the box. We prefer to use prime lenses. So other than that, what's really impressive is that I'm gonna just lift this up here. These four buttons are no longer limited to a predefined function. They can all be configured to do specific tasks. The customizability is absolutely phenomenal. It makes using this camera a lot quicker. There's a dedicated video button, so it's starting to show that Fujifilm is starting to recognize that video is important. Although you still don't get full manual control in video mode. The view mode is right up here. It helps you switch between the viewfinder and the eye sensor and the screen. Um, the other thing is that the viewfinder on this camera is absolutely amazing. It is incredibly accurate. It's fast. There is no lag between what you see and what you shoot, which is very impressive. Now, there's the tilt screen. Finally, in a pro grade body from Fujifilm, we have a tilting screen. It doesn't flip out completely, horizontally at least, but yes, it flips in the vertical, and that should be pretty good in case you're composing high or composing low. Um, the standard SD card slot has moved to the side, which people could complain about, but frankly, we like it. It's nice that we don't always have to open the battery compartment for this. It's weather sealed as well. And here you have the ports. There's a mini HDMI out, amazing. But what I really liked is that Fujifilm has done away with their proprietary USB connector and just switched to a micro USB instead. You've got, like, at least I have tons of micro USB cables lying around, but the previous Fujifilm cameras had a proprietary connector, and if you lose the cable, then you're pretty much out of luck. So unless you get a card reader, so switching to micro USB, excellent. The XT1 is just, it's very difficult to find flaws with it. It's very compact, it's extremely well built, and it shoots very fast, it's very accurate. The image quality is just to die for, and right now we've been shooting with the 23mm f1.4 lens, and we're hoping that in the near future we'll also get the 56mm f1.2 and pair that with the XT1 and see how that does. But until then, you're going to have to watch this space for more. This camera is going to be available very soon, about in the month of April, for about 92,000 rupees for the body only, and a lakh 20 for the body with the 1855 kit lens. Now, if you prefer the kit option, go for it. The kit lens is absolutely amazing. It's incredibly sharp. It has a starting aperture of f2.8. But if you're a seasoned photographer, we strongly recommend that you get the body with either the 23 or the 35 or the 56mm lens. You'll get far superior image quality from these three lenses. But yeah, that's just my 2 pence. I'm favored towards prime lenses over zoom, so there's a bias over there. But yes, the choice at the end of the day is yours. Either which ways, regardless of which option you buy, you are not going to be disappointed.